I'm very happy to see you today in Frugal Willie Mae's kitchen. Today I'm going to do a chocolate cake cooked in a cast iron skillet, and this was requested by James last week. I have my oven preheating to 350. In the mixing bowl I have 1 cup of plain flour, 1/4 cup of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm just going to mix those up. Just stir them around and get them mixed really good. Then I'm going to add in my Truvia, and I have a 1/3 cup of Truvia. I have a 1/2 cup of Hershey's cocoa. You could use a mixer on it, but it's pretty easy just with a fork. It will go pretty quick. Then I'm going to add in 2 large eggs and 1/3 cup of light olive oil. And you could use any vegetable oil that you choose. I added in 2/3 cup of 1% milk plus 1 tablespoon. And I've got this all mixed up, so I want to get this in my cast iron skillet. Now the way I prepared my cast iron skillet, I cut a parchment paper that was the same size as my skillet. This is about a 10-inch skillet. And I took a solid vegetable shortening and I rubbed it all the way, all in the pan and all around the pan. Then I put the parchment paper in. Now I could just frost it in the skillet without taking it out, but I may want to take it out and put the frosting on. I'm using my spatula to get all the batter out. I don't like waste. I am very frugal. So I want to get every bit of it. And as you see, I pretty much have most of it. And I'm not going to lick the bowl. My oven has preheated. I'm going to get it smoothed out around where it's covering the whole skillet. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Anything that I'm baking, I always put in the middle of the oven, whether it be cornbread, cake, or biscuits. Okay, my cake is cooked for 25 minutes. I'm going to take a look, pull it out, and check it with my toothpick. Wow, it does look good. But the test is whenever you put your toothpick in to make sure that it's done through and through. And it came out clean, so it is totally done. Now I am going to put this over on a cooling rack, and then I will come back and I'm going to make the frosting to go on this cake. Okay, so it'll be cool in a little bit, but in the meantime we're going to make that chocolate frosting. Chocolate on chocolate. There's nothing that tastes any better. In a very tall bowl, to keep the splatters from going everywhere, I have put 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 tablespoon of butter. Both of those are at room temperature. They need to be softened. I put in 1/2 cup of Hershey's cocoa and 1/3 cup of the Truvia blend. It's not the straight stevia, and you might have to adjust that if you were using the stevia. The frosting seems to be the right consistency. It's not real runny, but I believe whenever the cake is cooled down completely, this will go on really easy. So I have a plate that I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to put that over the cake. And the pan is not so hot that it would burn me. So I'm going to pick it up, carefully hold it, and it comes out pretty clean. I did run a knife around the edge of the skillet to make sure there was nothing that would stick. I'm going to remove the parchment paper. The reason that you want your cake to cool completely is because with this type of frosting, well, most any type of frosting, because I've had it happen with the purchased frostings also, it will melt if you've got your cake warm. So you want to make sure it's cooled completely before you do put any type of frosting on there, or most that I have ever used. The cake is cool completely, so I'm going to frost it now. If you feel the frosting is too thick before you take it out of the bowl, you can always add a little bit of milk to make it a little thinner. If you want to put the frosting on the sides, you can do that. I'm just going to do it on the top. I'm going to cut this cake and just see what it looks like on the inside. Ooh, that looks really good. Look at that. Kind of fell over, but that's okay. That doesn't hurt the flavor at all. That's very good. It's not too sweet. It's just right for the way I like it. You can always add more of the sweetener. As I say, taste test it before you do. Put it in the oven for the cake part. And when you're making the frosting, make sure that you taste that also to make sure that it's sweet and it's chocolatey and flavorful like this is. You do have to keep this in the refrigerator. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please come back and watch some more. And if you have something you would like to see, let me know and give me a little feedback. I pray that you will have a good rest of the day, and may God bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you.